the next question is, Doug, why do some UV gel colors fade while others do not? Many colorants are affected by UV, which stands for ultraviolet. UV causes the colorant to undergo a chemical change that alters or fades its color. Some colors are more susceptible to UV than others. Those colors are at the blue end of the spectrum. They're generally easier to fade than those at the red end of the spectrum. And some colors turn yellow with enough exposure to natural sunlight, which of course contains UV. The reason some colors don't change and some colors change and the others don't depends entirely upon their chemical structure. Colors that have a chemical structure that is more resistant to UV are less likely to change. How does UV cause these colors to shift and fade? Well, it's like visible light. UV is energy. This is why the correct name for ultraviolet is ultraviolet energy, not ultraviolet light. Why not call it light? Light is energy that we can see. If we can't see it, it's not light. We can't see UV, so it's really not correct to call it light. It's pure energy. When UV energy collides with certain chemical bonds, that energy can snip them, much like a scissors cuts a thread. When this happens, the color begins to fade or shift because the chemical structure of the colorant ingredient is slowly changing. More exposure, more changes. The more these chemical bonds break, the greater will be the change. Since these bonds aren't able to reconnect, the change is permanent and the color is permanently lost. That's why newspaper slowly turns yellow when it's exposed to sunlight, or why clothing fades, and why cosmetic colorants in general can fade and shift in color. And it's also why it's important not to store your products in direct sunlight. So you can see why it's helpful to protect your nails from excessive sunlight exposure when outdoors as well.